YouTube. What is up? What is poppin'? We back. We back, baby. Another day, another live stream, another time to talk about fantasy football. So, without further ado, let us hit that intro and let us get to all your fantasy football questions. Fellas, ladies, tuning in. Appreciate you being here, for spending a little bit of your hump day, your Wednesday night here with me on the channel. Just want to say, real big, we are grinding. Tonight, the goal is 125 subs. I don't know if we're going to get there, but the support for the channel, the support for me has been amazing. So I just wanted to shout you guys out as a community. Appreciate all that you guys are doing. Shout out Gameplay and Card Collector for being here. You know, means a lot. Thanks so much for interacting, being here on the stream. Yeah, let's get it started. Let us get it started here tonight. Hey, what up, Patrick? Glad to have you back again. Another night, another stream. You didn't miss me. I know I started like a few minutes late, but no, we getting it popping. We getting it popping here tonight. So, questions. Do we got questions? What do we want to know? What do we want to talk about? Other players? Today, I dropped my running back ranking. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check that video out. There's some interesting ones. I'm a little bit high on Khalil Herbert this week. If you didn't watch my waiver wire ad video, you probably would think, why am I so high on Khalil Herbert? But you know, there's some reasons. I do. Like if you would put a gun to my head and said, do I think Khalil Herbert is more talented than David Montgomery? I'd probably say yes. I think David Montgomery might be a little bit more consistent, but I think the upside with Khalil Herbert, just even based on last year, like he's killing it. Hey, Diache, appreciate you being here. Hey, we live. So to the 4 viewers, you guys, like I said, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you being here. Can we have some questions? Can we get some questions pumping in the chat? Start sits. Tomorrow's Thursday. We've got the big Bengals Dolphins Thursday night football game. I'm a Bengals fan, so it's a big game. Tyreek Hill was talking some trash about Eli Apple. It is very well warranted. Eli Apple is trash. But what's going to happen for fantasy football purposes? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. That T. Higgins catch. Woo, that should have been a touchdown, I feel like. Do you guys think that should have been a touchdown? But like I said, we are here. Start sits. Not really waiver wire ads. Most waiver wires have already run. Should we be talking? What do we want to talk about here tonight? Time is yours, and then we'll just interact here from there. So appreciate all of you guys for being here. But we live. I'm just gonna keep rambling until you guys have a question. Like I said, pop up. Is Tua playing? Ooh, that's a great question. I did not see the most recent report. I think he's planning to play is what it said. It's saying that he's planning to play. That was a gruesome hit. And technically, I know they're saying it's like his back, but it looked more like a concussion than anything else. So that would be my thoughts with Tua. So yeah. But looking at the schedule, yeah, 8:15 tomorrow night. Do we go live again tomorrow night? Do you guys think we go live tomorrow night before the game? We can go live if we want. But like I said, putting out wide receiver videos tomorrow, putting out the running back video today. I just really appreciate all the support. So, Diachi, appreciate that. I also might be pronouncing your YouTube name, so let me know if I am. Sorry if I am. Spell it out for me so I don't keep doing that. But Tua's been looking good, like awkwardly good. Like we didn't think Tua was going to be as good as he was, and it just furthermore proves that the first round selection, taking him over Justin Herbert, like maybe it was warranted. Was he ahead of? I said that, and now I'm he got drafted ahead of Justin Herbert, right? Draft pick, because yeah. I think he got picked. Took 5th. Yeah, didn't Justin Herbert go 6th? Yeah. I still can't believe it. I had someone, one of my friends, his friend's dad works in the Chargers organization. I remember they were so happy they got Justin Herbert. But yeah, that's crazy. So Tua is going to hopefully be playing. Jamal Williams or Aaron Jones? Well, Gameplay and Card Collector, if you watch my running back rankings video that I just put out today, I am a bold man, and I'm putting Jamal Williams over Aaron Jones this week. So if you haven't, go check that out. Might help you with some of your other decisions. But ask me here in the chat. It really helps me engage. But if you would support me as well by watching that video and just liking it, maybe leaving a comment, helps me a ton. Now I saw your running back video show up in my notification, so I thought for a second that was a stream. The Bears do like Herbert. He's cheaper, and the Stafford thinks he fits better than Monty. Yes. Yes to all that, Patrick. Patrick, you are a good man. You know your stuff. And as someone that my dad was a huge Bears fan, so we watched a lot of Bears games and seeing the way that the offensive staff has used the running backs. Like, I think Khalil Herbert has a little bit more like straight line explosion, where I think Monty, he's not slow, but he's just methodical. And so I think Khalil Herbert has those abilities that when he does get to the hole, he can break it for a good one. All good on the name. Is Penny worth starting against the Lions? I do not have Penny in my top 24. Yeah, so depends on like who you're comparing him to. Do you have like two running backs you're comparing Penny, or are you just talking generally? Because generally, like, let me see, like who I got later, like, if you have Cordell Patterson, Cam Akers, Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, Zeke, Damian Pierce, or CEH, I'm taking all those guys over Rashad Penny this week. So let me know if that is that. Would you take any Rashad Penny over any of those guys? I know they're playing the Lions. The Seahawks defense is absolutely atrocious, actually. So I just think they're going to get down. The Lions are going to get up big. That's why I have Jamal Williams so high this week. I think they're going to be in a lot of scoring opportunities. And then the Seahawks are going to have to throw the ball out. So maybe good for your DK Metcalf shares if you have any DK Metcalf shares. Otherwise, we're probably, yeah. You got Penny, Michael Carter, Aaron Jones, and Patterson. Yeah, you're playing Aaron Jones and Patterson for sure. I have Cordell Patterson as my RB18 on the week, and then I have Aaron Jones as my RB11 on the week. So those would be my responses to you. Now, Penny goes off. You're going to come back to the channel and say, Caleb, you're an idiot. And that would be fine. But we're playing pretty consistent with that. That's a mistake in my opinion. The Pats are without Jones. The Pack is going to have. Wait. That's a mistake in my opinion. The Pats are without Jones. So Mac Jones, yeah. The Pack is going to have a hell of a day offensively. Okay, so are we saying like, oh, you think like Aaron Jones is too low? Patrick, is that what you're saying? You think Aaron Jones is too low in my ranking? Do you think at RB11, I could see it. The usage hasn't been like with the way that he's splitting carries with Edgy Dillon and not getting the bulk of the receiving work. That's why I have Aaron Jones a little bit lower. So, Patrick, you need to watch my running back rankings video and tell me exactly what you dislike about it. And then we'll just like have like a debate in the comments. I won't debate you. I know you're smart, bro. It's like I said, all this fantasy stuff, like it's a matter of opinion, because then all of a sudden something happens and Aaron Jones goes out and he's the RB1 and then I look like a complete fool. But that's what we do here. We base our ideas off of analysis, base things off of that, and then we kind of go from there. Gameplay and Card Collector. Appreciate that you're still here. David Njoku or TJ Hawkinson. So, I didn't do my tight end rankings yet this week. So we have the Browns. They are playing. We got the Browns playing the Falcons, and then we have the Lions with TJ Hawkinson being the only option because Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown I think are going to be out this week. So, based on opportunity, which we are chasing, we're going to go with TJ Hawkinson, but based on the ability and fact that, David Njoku did have an amazing target share, I need to see one more week gameplay. I need to see one more week, and then you could argue David Njoku and TJ Hawkinson's a little bit closer, and you probably might be playing David Njoku just based on upside. But TJ Hawkinson this week for sure, with the lack of other receiving options around him, he'll get a lot more targets. I imagine TJ Hawkinson sees somewhere between 8 to 11 targets, and if he gets anywhere like that, you're feeling pretty solid about starting him. Yep. Diachi, need Pickett to be starting, Mitch wasting the Steelers wide receiver core. Well, Deontay Johnson still is one of the most targeted wide receivers in the NFL. So I think the hate on Deontay Johnson is a little bit forced, but I think having maybe I don't even know if Pickett's the answer, to be completely honest, because we loved George Pickens. He did have that nasty grab last week. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. All the weeks are getting blurred. But did have that nasty catch. I think Chase Claypool's being wasted too. They just need a quarterback. And Big Ben wasn't the answer. So I don't know. Mitch is being okay, but it's really been the defense that's been helping him win games. So just give the rookie a chance. But do we even think Kenny Pickett is any better than Mitch Trubisky right now? Like, honestly. And do we also not know, like, was the difference between Kenny Pickett and the other two rookie quarterbacks, like we're talking, Matt Corral, Malik Willis, and Desmond Ridder, was that really 2 rounds? 2 rounds difference in the NFL draft was the talent? I don't think so. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers desperately needed a quarterback. They probably could have waited for Pickett in the second, but they, of course, wanted to get that gunslinger, and they did. Do you want to hear my team? Yes. Yes, I would like to hear your team. I know it's going to take you a while to type out gameplay, but yeah, type out your team. I'm here for you. We can rank your team. We can dissect your team. Patrick, I appreciate you being here as well. Do you have how many leagues do you play in, Patrick? Let me know. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight. Like I said, we're getting these things started. Let me get back to what I was trying to get back to. Had my face all out of whack there. Sure. Let me check something on this YouTube stream really quick. Okay, cool. I love debates. Bro, I was saying you have Jamal Williams in front of Aaron Jones is opposite than I would. I'd have pulled everything in front of me, but I would have almost guaranteed I'd have. Yeah, I think it's bullish. I think it's really bullish to go with Aaron Jones. I think over or to go Jamal Adams over Aaron Jones. I think Jamal Williams. That's what I was meant to say. I just think for me, like a lot of times as a fantasy analyst, like not that I try to do things that are clickbaity because I don't have a big enough like following to be clickbaity yet. And I don't want to do that, but I also don't want to just go with consensus a lot of times. And I felt like the difference between, if you argue like pretty much anywhere between 6 to 10 running backs on my list, like it's very close. Like it's marginal in the ways that I view them. So if someone were to really argue like, man, like you said, like you're going to Aaron Jones versus like Jamal Williams, like in a vacuum, it's not, even though I have Jamal Williams as my RB6 this week, and then Aaron Jones as my RB11, like the difference is so slim, marginal, 2-3 point like fantasy points. Like we just can debate ourselves to the ground. But I do like me some Jamal Williams this week. Card collector. I don't know. Do you want me to call you gameplay or card collector? I feel like I gotta call you one or the other. I also like your. Is that a puppy? Has your picture? I have a mini golden doodle, so she hasn't made it on the stream yet, but maybe someday she will. Aaron Jones is top 7 this week. I don't disagree. Kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. But Diachi, hoping Garrett Wilson goes off with Wilson playing. I know Wilson has a connection with Moore though. Let's just hope that Wilson and Wilson have been going to breakfast together and having that Cooper Cup connection. Now, I bought myself a ton of Elijah Moore in the last few weeks, and I don't regret it because I love the talent of Elijah Moore, but Garrett Wilson is definitely the number one there just based on the target share and his lack of snap share. Now, Elijah Moore is on the field all the time, so I do think there is going to be room for both of them to produce. I think Elijah Moore definitely can get a little bit better, and I think Garrett Wilson can improve if all of a sudden he stops playing like 50% of snaps and all of a sudden gets up to like 65, 70% and keeps that ridiculous like 30% target share that he has. So I think there is room. It'll just be interesting to see what happens once Zach Wilson gets back because we've only seen what Joe Flacco can do. 2 BS leagues, but 1 home league with a big pot, LOL, and I'm 3-0, only undefeated left and second in points for. Okay. Patrick, just brag to us that you're making money. And you know what? Maybe you probably didn't find my channel, so you can't base this amazing start off following my pre-draft rankings. But man, I would say this. If you were you might be, have like 3 amazing leagues if you had how many leagues do you play in, Patrick? But You're here. You're following fantasy football content. You're debating, so you know exactly what you're talking about. Evening. Glad to see you again. You think Zeke and CE just too much to give up for Joe Mixon? It's too much to give up for Joe Mixon. Oh, like you would be giving up those pieces to get Joe Mixon? Lucas, who's the other running backs that you have on your team? Like, what's the depth? I'm inclined to say yes. I'm lower on CH than consensus. Once his kind of production dwindles off, then dwindles off meaning like he's not having the opportunity share, like he's not having the amount of carries that you would per se. Like he's really relying on touchdown production, and maybe that continues because they don't have Tyreek Hill, but I don't see that for him. And then Zeke's just very consistent, and we are looking for upside that's going to win you weeks. So let me know the rest of your team there, Lucas, and I can give you a better answer. Ooh, Patrick is just on this Aaron Jones binge. One of the reasons I have Jones so high is because of some outside circumstances. I don't think Pat's offense will be able to stay on the field, so Jones will have a monster week based solely off. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Also, first off, Mac Jones, has he ever had an injury before? Because that bro looked like he had torn his ACL or had his leg amputated in that one photo. But I was about to say this, and then freaking Diachi stole it. But yes, I actually understand the Jones point, but Dylan might also eat. I think Dylan eats more. I think if they're up, they're going to just put Dylan in because Aaron Jones is their best weapon. So they're not actually going to be using Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is going to get is. But that's why I have him as my RB11. I do think the splits that are happening right now between Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are going to be a little bit more prevalent. But Patrick, I agree with you. Aaron Jones is a solid option this week. He's a running back one for me. Quarterback Marcus Mariota, running back Nick Chubb, RB2 Jamal Williams, wide receiver Justin Jefferson, wide receiver 2 Jamar Chase, TJ Hawkinson, flex Jalen Waddle, defense Cowboys kicker. So you're asking, should I trade? And you, so gameplay, you were saying, what did you say? Oh yeah. This is your team that you were asking me. 8-man league, and your quarterback's Marcus Mariota. Did you say you had a player injured? Gameplay. Ooh. I forget if you said you had someone injured. Because that's where I'm getting. An 8-man league, your best quarterback's Marcus Mariota. Okay, let me know about that gameplay. Lucas, what are your thoughts on Michael Thomas the rest of the year? First, Michael Thomas, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's playing. I had him in a lot of dynasty leagues, and so having him play for redraft, especially if you got him in the 6th round, you're feeling pretty good about that. There's still a lot of question marks. We saw the huge target share that Chris Olave got. I actually think having another wide receiver kind of opens up that middle field, the slant god himself, slant boy, and Michael Thomas. So I do like Michael Thomas. I like if you're asking like where do I think he finishes, I think he's probably somewhere in that like wide receiver 12 to wide receiver 16 range. And maybe that I just don't see that same like 2019 upside, but I also think it's going to be a value where you got him because you were drafting him like around Darnell Mooney, and imagine if you drafted Darnell Mooney over like Michael Thomas. But right around the same area Michael Thomas was being drafted, so was Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you win some, you lose some. I'm deep. It's a 10-man league. What were we talking about? On the Zeke for yeah, for sure. If you're getting Joe Mixon in a 10-man league, get the best player, and that's Joe Mixon. I actually understand your Jones point. We were talking about that. Diachi, of purest opportunities, but like you said, it's solely opportunity. Yep. Tyler, appreciate you jumping in here to the stream. Like I said, if you guys are new to the stream, we are doing all questions. Start sits, waiver wire, trade questions, roster grades. I am here for you. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 125 subs tonight. So a big goal for the channel. But we're slowly grinding, producing content each and every week, each and every day, actually, to be completely fair. So right now we're sitting at 119. So I need 6 more subs. So I don't need 6 more subs. I would appreciate 6 more subs. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Should I trade away Justin Herbert, A.J. Dillon for Josh Allen, J.K. Dobbins, PPR? Yeah, I would do it. If you get Josh Allen and J.K. Dobbins, yes. The answer is yes. Tyler, if you get that trade done, I'm excited for you. Should I try trading for James Robinson? I think you should try to trade for James Robinson. The problem is you're not going to get him at that RB, the 10th to 11th, 12th round value. You're probably going to have to trade, a 5th round selection that you might have, a 5th or 6th that's producing, and even that might not be enough to get the job done. because whoever has James Robinson drafted him as their RB3, maybe RB4, and right now they're like RB1, 2. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get James Robinson. I'm part of this is what I'm saying. If you didn't watch my buy low video, Joe Mixon's a buy low for me right now, and Travis Etienne's a buy low. I would actually argue you could probably trade less to get Travis Etienne right now than you could try to trade for James Robinson. And I would argue that if you think about it through a vacuum, both of those guys over the next 12 weeks have the same upside if something were to happen. And Travis Etienne, I think, is a little bit more talented of a running back, even though James Robinson's Achilles is looking fire, and he's looking like, why did they even need to draft Travis Etienne? So I hope that answers your question, Diachi. Is it time to hit the panic button with DJ Moore? Oh, yeah. It is time to hit the panic button on DJ Moore. Hit the panic button on DJ Moore, Allen Robinson, and Darnell Mooney. Those are my three, what the heck is happening, guys? DJ Moore, he is young, 24. Is he 24 or 25? I think he just might have turned 25. He averages 165 targets a season, and this year we can see exactly why Odell Beckham was so upset with DJ Moore. So panic button with DJ Moore. We are worried. We are worried about DJ Moore. So like I said, if you guys are tuning in, we're doing start sits. Ask any questions. Ask any trade questions. Ask any grade my team questions, advice questions. That's what I'm here to do. Produce fantasy football content. So if you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream. Hit that sub button. Appreciate you so much. Helps me so much with the channel and getting more people in the community that love fantasy football, because that's what we're trying to do. Patrick said, like you said, opinions are based off personal preference. I just like fantasy football and a group of people, their takes. Yeah, I think everyone just has different takes. And can I be honest? Most fantasy football analysts get stuff wrong most of the time. So, but even if you get stuff right 40% of the time, which I would say is really high, then you're winning yourself a lot of money and you're helping a lot of people win a lot of money. So that's my goal. Can we just be better than the average fantasy football hot take? I think we can be. Alex, is this your first time on the channel? Let me know. Appreciate you finding the channel, my guy. Trade Goddard and McKenzie for T. Higgins. My other wide receivers are Debo and Devontae Smith, and tight end is David Njoku. What do you guys think? Yeah, get yourself some T. Higgins. The difference between T. Higgins right now and Jamar Chase is very slim on points per game basis. And from everything we see, we're going with T. Higgins. Even though Isaiah McKenzie you probably picked him up from the waiver wire, drafted him really late, and Goddard does look like the breakout tight end, but T. Higgins has the highest upside. Hopefully you have an extra flex spot, Alex. Is it one flex or two flex? Because then you could start Debo, Devontae Smith, and T. Higgins. That would be my thing. Lucas, I'm thinking about this trade. I give away Mixon plus DJ Moore, and I receive Kamara plus James Robinson. I think you need to think about that, because I'm thinking about it, and I didn't see a first thing that's popping out to my mind. I think I lean the Kamara James Robinson side, but it's I like the upside of Mixon the rest of the season over Kamara. And then, of course, James Robinson is producing more than DJ Moore. But how long is that going to last? Is it going to last the whole season? I mean, at some point, Travis Etienne, they're going to have to start force-feeding Travis Etienne. He was a first-round pick. You don't draft a running back in the first round and not use him as your bell cow / Debo Samuel type role player where they're getting 15 touches a game. So I think we got to pump the brakes a little bit on James Robinson, but I'm really impressed, and I would be trying to buy him. So I don't hate that for you. I don't hate that. If your running backs are looking a little bit shaky, I understand that. Eli, I don't think Eli, is this your first time on the channel, or have you not been back in a minute? But I appreciate you stopping in. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. Helps me out a ton. We're trying to get to 125 subs tonight, and so we're at 120. Need 5 more, and all you lovely people are helping me. And if you're already sub, I love you. And if you haven't subbed yet and you're about to, love you too. Do you like Mike Williams or Keenan Allen better? Ooh, juicy pick. So both of these guys, you had Mike Williams going in the beginning of the 4th round. You had Keenan Allen going in the early 3rd, typically in your redraft leagues. And I preferred Mike Williams. I thought the upside of Mike Williams, I thought he was going to take that step as the alpha. From what we've seen so far from the Chargers offense, it just seems like it's a week-by-week guy. Whoever is getting open, Justin Herbert's doing a great job of sprinkling the ball everywhere. That's why Gerald Everett is performing as a top 10 tight end when he was, being drafted as tight end 17. I think I like Mike Williams. I think the upside's bigger with Mike Williams. But will Keenan Allen, as a 30-year-old wide receiver, get back to playing maybe like his usual self, like potentially? I just think I'm feeling better about Michael Williams, and especially after was it last week or 2 weeks ago when he finally bounced back, feeling better about Mike Williams. So I would be leaning Mike Williams. And Alex, and who should I start for my running backs? My starters are James Conner and A.J. Dillon, and on the bench is Miles Sanders. And yes, it's my first time here, and I subscribe. Alex, you freaking legend. Yeah, I mean you're starting James Conner for sure, and then you got A.J. Dillon and Miles Sanders. We were talking, so I don't have either Miles Sanders or A.J. Dillon at my top 24 running backs this week, but they are right there on the verge. I'm leaning A.J. Dillon. The same reason we were talking a little bit earlier in this live stream. We were saying that they're playing the Green Bay is playing the Patriots, and Patriots are going to be without Mac Jones. So I imagine the Packers get up early, and then second half they're just going to run the ball, and so that means good things for Aaron Jones, but especially A.J. Dillon in the second half. So I'm leaning A.J. Dillon there for you, Alex. Diachi, Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, Evan Ingram, or Irv Smith. Like in a vacuum? Oh my goodness. I was a huge Cole Kmet guy this offseason. I was pumping Cole Kmet. And so now we are scratching Cole Kmet off every list we have. Every list we have, we're scratching Cole Kmet. So screw Cole Kmet. He ruined my reputation in the fantasy football community. Just kidding. But Robert Tonyan, Evan Ingram, or Irv Smith. If I had to ask, I would lean. I think I'm going to lean Evan Ingram this week. Evan Ingram, if I had to rank them, Evan Ingram, 1, Evan Ingram, 2, Robert Tonyan, 3, Irv Smith, and then 4, Cole Kmet. And then Cole Kmet's going to burst out this week and make me look like a fool. The Patrick, speak for yourself. I'm always right. Yeah, man, you are always right. That's why you're here. You know, you got someone's got to set the chat straight, right? Lucas, Trey, thoughts on this too? Connor plus Sutton for Javonte plus Garrett Wilson plus Thielen. Which side would you prefer? I'm preferring the Garrett Wilson Javonte side because I think the upside of Garrett Wilson, the solid production of Thielen with Javonte, I prefer Javonte over James Conner, even though maybe James Conner has some better weeks than Javonte. I think overall you're going to be a lot more happy with Javonte Williams. So I prefer the 3-player side. I'm new to the tube thing. Is there a way to invite people to the channel /chat? Yeah, if you actually, so you can copy my, I believe if you right click on the video, you can like share it or just copy the like YouTube URL and like share it to someone. Invite them in. Invite all your friends, Patrick. Invite them in. Make them a part of our community. Nicholas, good to see you. Good to see you. Like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe. Helps me out so much. And ask all your questions. Start sits because that's what we're doing here tonight. We are just grinding. So we got Gabe Davis, Sutton, or Mike Williams this week. So I'm actually releasing my wide receiver ranking video tomorrow. I actually need to record that tomorrow morning. Haven't done my rankings yet. So we're doing this off the top. So we got Gabe Davis, Sutton, or Mike Williams this week. I'm leaning, if I had to make a list, I would say Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, and then Sutton off the top. But check out my video tomorrow, Nicholas. I'm actually going to be doing another live stream tomorrow night before the Thursday night football game. So maybe even stop and ask me again. Maybe I have it switched, but I'm pretty sure Mike Williams is still going to be my wide receiver one over not my overall wide receiver one, but if I had to pick, like he'd be the number 1 wide receiver out of your list that I'm choosing. Patrick, I've got some of my fellow crazy jarheads in here. Yeah, get them in here. Yeah. You should be able to share the link. Nicholas, is this your first time on the channel? Let me know. Appreciate you stopping in here. Stopping in. Eli says, Sutton or Judy rest of season. Easily, it's easy Sutton. Jared Judy's just like, it's so upsetting. We're like basing everything off of hype. Everything has been off of hype with Jared Judy. He hasn't produced solid fantasy football numbers. You were having to draft him in the 5th, 6th round. Just hasn't happened. Like the fact that you were almost drafting Courtland Sutton and Jared Judy back to back. Courtland Sutton all the way. But to be honest, Russ seems to not like be targeting either of them very consistently as high as I thought. Russ might need some new spices so he can cook. Well, he wanted out of Seattle because he thought he could cook better somewhere else, and clearly the kitchen in Denver is not the same kitchen he had in Seattle. That's all I gotta say. There was people arguing this offseason. Ooh, Cortland Sutton and Jared Judy are better than DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And man, have they those people that argue that, it's not looking too hot. It is not looking too hot there for Cortland Sutton or Jared Judy in that argument. But we will take it. We will take it. Guys, appreciate all the questions here tonight. Like, means a lot. Means a lot for you hanging out a little of your Wednesday night to participate and hang out with me. Like I said, we'll be going live again tomorrow. If you haven't already, checked out my week 4 running back ranking video. Helps me out a ton. And yeah, this channel is growing. This channel is growing on the back and shoulders of you guys. So cheers to you. This is water too. This is just water. So I don't know why I said cheers. That makes it sound like I was drinking an alcoholic beverage, but it is just water. Any more questions? Chat is hot. Chat has been bumping. I would gladly answer any questions that you might have. Any more questions? Any more. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you are just tuning in the channel, we are doing all questions fantasy football related. So I will answer anything, whether it regard to just fantasy football questions, start sits, anything along that nature. If it's your first time on the channel, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. Helps me out. And like I said, ask all your questions. Fire away. Fire in the hole. Eli, odds that Javonte Williams becomes a top 3 running back. Well, last week had a 45% snap share. They were putting Melvin Gordon in at the goal line, even though the man fumbled. So that was upsetting. That was very upsetting. What are the chances he becomes a top 3 RB this year? Odds are low. Odds are looking real low. We're talking like, I had to put a percentage on it, like 15%. Now, if you said, what are the odds he becomes a top 6 RB? We get up to about 40%. But I think the snap share really needs to increase. Otherwise, I think maybe next year's Javonte's year. But like maybe this Nathaniel Hackett, they're using the AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones method, and it's not working. Diachi, Jacoby B, Jimmy G, Justin Fields, Geno Smith, or Matt Ryan for a backup QB. Depends on what you want. Depends on. I'm actually in a predicament in a league like this, where I don't have a really good starting QB, so I kind of stuck. Well, I've had Matthew Stafford, and he's just absolutely crapped the bed. So I was looking at some of these similar options. I'll say this: Justin Fields has been cheeks, and he hasn't produced. But Justin Fields stands out as the quarterback of this list that has the highest upside just based on rushing ability. Now, he makes a lot of mistakes, throws a lot of interceptions, and he only throws for about 150 yards a game. So, doesn't feel great. But if I had to make a list, I'd say Justin Fields, Jimmy G, Matt Ryan, Geno Smith, and then Jacoby B would be my list. That would be my list, Diachi. Let me know if that's too crazy. Is that too crazy? Am I crazy for choosing Justin Fields? I don't think I'm crazy. I don't really think I'm that crazy. But I don't think I'm that crazy. But like I said, I appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight. Like I said, fire away on questions. I'm going to try to get some more people up in his house so we can sometimes when you guys are just pumping out all the questions, it can be hard. So but yeah, like I said, we are grinding here on the channel. Oh, don't go. Okay, here. Diachi says, I like Fields. Bears just need to give him more supporting talent. Yes. Darnell Mooney, where you at, boy? Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney. My goodness gracious. What the heck is happening? What? It's ridiculous. Okay. Patrick says, don't go nowhere. I'm going to get you to 125 and then be a... Do it. It means a lot. Like I said, if you're now just tuning in, appreciate all the support on the channel. I am We're doing all-star sit questions. All fantasy football questions will be answered. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It means the world. Elijah says, start Mike Williams, Jerry Judy, or Godwin. First off, we're just starting Mike Williams. Don't even have to think about it. Jerry Judy has underperformed week after week. We need to see it before we believe it. We actually need to see it once. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. We need like 1 or 2 examples before I feel safe putting Jared Judy in my lineup. And the worst part is I've drafted Jared Judy as my wide receiver 3 or 4 everywhere, and it feels like a freaking wasted pick. Godwin isn't going to play, and so then you're really just talking Williams versus Judy. And maybe Godwin does play, but I don't think they risk it. I think they wait another week. So do like me some Mike Williams this week for sure. Because the Chargers are playing the Texans. And the Texans have the 31st ranked defense. So also, sorry, water is someone in my household decided to take a shower. So if you hear that in the background, apologize for that. But appreciate everyone still tuning in and being here. And Patrick told me not to leave. He said he is going to get me to 125 subs here tonight. And I'm just holding it. I'm holding to it. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, I've said that. And I think all 3 of my viewers right now are subs. So appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. Yeah, for real. This has been fun. I love you guys, like for real. These are the best parts of my night. Coming out here and being able to talk fantasy football with you. My wife thinks I'm crazy. My wife she thinks I'm ridiculous. But this is where we're at. Any more questions? Can I pop off any trades? Like I said, if you haven't watched my buy low video, go check that out. For 2 days ago, I talked my 4 buy lows. And like I said, I'll give them to you now if you check out my video, or if you already watched it. Maybe you can disagree with me. Buy lows: Joe Mixon, Travis Etienne, Hollywood Brown, and then who was my other wide receiver that was a buy low? Crap. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But those were my buy lows. Oh, buddy. Appreciate you tuning in here, my guy. Pierce, Singletary, Akers at flex. We are rolling here with Pierce, but it's close between Pierce and Akers. I actually have, you know what? I said Pierce off the top, but I think I'm rolling with Akers. Akers is my RB19 this week, and then Pierce is my RB23. I think Akers is going to get more consistent work, but I think Dameon Pierce, his snap share has been going up every week. So if Dameon Pierce's snap work does go up, we're feeling a little bit like better about the upside of Dameon Pierce. I think Akers is safer, but I think I'm rolling with Pierce, even though my RB rankings are arguing against me. Bench 1. Also, buddy, appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. It means the world. Also, what is your background picture? Is that a tiger? Or is that a bear? I can't tell. Bench 1. Diachi, bench 1. Khalil Herbert, Kareem Hunt, or Chase Edmonds. I got a bench 1. Chase Edmonds. You're starting Khalil Herbert and Kareem Hunt. Diachi, should I trade Michael Carter for Cam Akers? Yes. ASAP. Breece Hall is going to be taking over that backfield any week now. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, but you're gonna regret holding on to Michael Carter. What receiver and RB duo could I look to trade CMC for? Ooh, it just depends. Do you have a CMC lover like myself, or do you get a CMC lover that thinks that he's injured all the time? Those would be what I would be doing. But if I were you, I'd try to cheer down at running back. I mean, if you could get, like, honestly right now, if you could trade CMC and get like a Joe Mixon plus something, or if you could trade CMC and get I'm nervous about Dalvin Cook's injury, but if we knew a little bit more that Dalvin Cook would be coming back, like CMC for Dalvin Cook plus, like I think you could do those 2 deals. Maybe even if you don't like Joe Mixon or Dalvin Cook and you prefer like Najee Harris over him, I don't. But if you prefer Najee Harris, you could probably also do a CMC for Najee Harris plus. I like to cheer down, but get something additional that could help you, like a wide receiver 3 or that has wide receiver 2 upside. Hope that helps, Eli. I have a brother named Eli. Are you Elijah Snyder? I don't know. I guess I'm just judging based on your name. That could not even be your name, but that's some of my thoughts. But yeah, like your name. Like I said, appreciate all you guys here tonight. We're grinding here. We are grinding here tonight. So let me know if I can answer any more questions for you. We are at 121 subs. So appreciate everyone for liking, subscribing, being here on the channel, for participating with my fantasy football stuff. Like I said, if you haven't already liked the stream, like the stream. Like this stream, helps me out a ton. Right now we are sitting at how many? Yeah, we're at 4 likes. So if we could get a few more likes, helps me out a ton. And we want more people in here so you guys can hear other additional thoughts. Because the more people we get in here, the more conversation we have going, and then also the more conversation we have going, the better fantasy football players we get because of it. You know. But yeah, appreciate everyone for being here. Any more questions? Any more questions up in his house? Like I said, appreciate everyone for tuning in here tonight. If I can answer any start or sit questions, any waiver wire questions, any what do you think of this player type questions, I'll do it. I'll do it. We're also posting like one YouTube video a day. So you can get my content in many ways. You can come to the lives. You can watch the live. You can watch, the videos, or you can even watch the replays of the lives to get all of your fantasy football content. So appreciate everyone here for tuning in. For real. Can I answer any more questions? Any more questions? Start sits. Fantasy football. Josh Allen being a beast. Russell Wilson underperforming. Any Bears player that I got burned by. My brother was joking in a dynasty league. He picked up Equavius, however you say that guy's name, Brown. And I jokingly had told him, I was like, wow, you got the wide receiver 3 on the Bears. And he was like, oh no, he's the wide receiver 1. Like, all serious. Like, I was like, bro, like, he doesn't do a whole lot of fantasy football. And so I just found it really funny. Yeah, Miami needs a reality check. Eli needs to shut down Hill. No, I don't think it's happening. Maybe Eli Apple does. I hope for Eli Apple's sake, for his manhood, that he does, but I don't think that's going to happen, Diachi. I think Tyreek Hill's going to go crazy. Eli, was Kelsey, Dylan, Elijah Moore for CMC, Mike Williams, Zach Ertz a good trade? Yeah, if you got the CMC side, that's the win. That's the win. CMC guys side got all better players. Like CMC, I like the upside compared to Kelsey, even though Kelsey's a little bit more consistent. But like the fall off between like Kelsey and Zach Ertz isn't enough to justify the upgrade you get with Mike Williams and CMC over Elijah Moore and Dylan. Love that trade. Or did you give up? Did you give up CMC, Mike Williams, and Zach Ertz to get Travis Kelsey? Eli, I guess I didn't understand that. I like the CMC side. Now you don't have to come out and admit which side you were. Was Kelsey for? I think you got the Kelsey side. I like the other side, but that's just me. Some guys like their tight end premium, their tight ends. Like they always draft their tight ends. But I don't feel. Oh, you got CMC. Oh, my guy. I'm glad you got CMC. I was worried there for a second. I was worried when I read it. I was like, which side did you get? But you did get yourself CMC. So, can I answer any more questions, guys? Any more questions? I am available here. And so any more questions? But yeah, is there also, while we're here, if you are a follower of the channel, if you jump new in the stream, of course, ask any start sit questions. But is there content that I'm not producing right now for you guys that you're like, I would really like this type of content? Because I'm trying to do wide receiver, running back rankings, trying to do waiver wire stuff, and then typically that gets us to Thursday. But is there something that you're like, man, Caleb, I would love to see this out of you, and I'm not doing that because my goal here on this channel is to produce content that helps you win fantasy football championships, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Patrick has been running around like a crazy man. We did just get to 123 subs, so I think that's what Patrick's doing. He is the marketing director for the Caleb and Amy YouTube channel, so he's running around trying to get us places. So, but yeah, I am here to answer any more questions you might have. So, like I said, appreciate everyone for being here, for grinding away on another night, another Wednesday night, talking fantasy football content. You know, I will say this. I don't know what I've been doing wrong. Not wrong. That's the wrong way to say it. There was one night, 2 nights back to back where we got up to 17 people here in the live chat. And so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong the way I'm posting or if I'm picking like weird times to do these lives. Maybe I should try to do them earlier. I just feel like the earlier I do it, like it's in people's day, and I'm on EST, so it just feels weird. Like PST and MST people are like still working. So whatever, we're gonna figure it out. One day at a time is what I like to tell myself. One day at a time. Can I answer any more questions? Any more questions? We're gonna be live again tomorrow night. So if you have a question that doesn't need to think of tomorrow night, bring it here. Like I said, Brew Draft, Dynasty Fantasy Football content, any of the above. I am happy to answer your questions, but let me know. Patrick, any more questions from you? I know. Or anybody, actually, to be fair. To my 3 viewers, I love you guys. Love you guys. Opinion on AJ Brown for James Robinson and Goddard. I have Hurts at QB. Also went 0, so I kind of need more RB depth with Gibson about to fall off. Now you keep AJ Brown. Play the waiver wire, dude. Just keep AJ Brown. You're gonna regret it. Who is the go to basketball and why is it LeBron James? Wow. So Diachi, I do fantasy football content. I would say NBA for my whole life has been my favorite sport. I always had this dream that I was gonna go play NBA basketball, and I was a 5'8" white guy is what I turned into. My dad was 6'3", so I thought I would be able to hit like this limit that I wasn't able to hit, and so the go to basketball is Michael Jordan. Sorry to tell you that for sure. But go to basketball is Michael Jordan. It is Michael Jordan for sure. Well, guys, it has been a fun stream. We've answered a lot of questions. I'm going to be back here live again tomorrow night. So if you need to think about what you need to, think about it tomorrow night, I will be back. Appreciate everyone for all the support here on the YouTube channel here tonight. We did end up at 123 subs. So 124. So we almost ended up one away from our goal. But as always, you guys have been great to me here tonight. And so let's keep grinding. Let's keep continuing to try to improve our fantasy football teams. And I'll catch you here on the flip side. Catch you guys.